check out this absolute stunner behind me. Now this is a 6th month 1983 FJ60, and this is about as original as they get around here. It's an absolute stunner. There's no real aftermarket stuff on it. Now the backstory on this one, it was one owner from new until recently, where the customer Jason bought this vehicle, and it now lives up on the Sunshine Coast, and it suits it up there for sure. This thing is just stunning. It's had a little tickle in its time, so it's not fully original, but the way it's been set up, there's no tint on the windows, there's nothing. Let's just go around it. Look, so it's got the original factory bumper bar there with the genuine ends. It's had a little tickle, same as the front grille. Now you've got to love the chrome on this thing. The chrome's everywhere, around the windscreen, up round the gutters, and what you don't see very often is down the bottom of the seals here. It runs the whole way along. Either they would have been taken off. I suppose it would have been a G-Pack thing from back in the day. It's got the original rear bar on there as well. Now, chatting with the lads in the workshop, the number plate's down underneath, and I think that bar was originally from a barn door vehicle, because on the little tailgates, the number plate's supposed to be further up, but I don't know. If anybody knows, please let us know. But other than that, look, these BCI rims, now these are awesome. We sell them here at Mr. Land Cruiser, and they're flying off the shelf at the moment. Really popular item. We also sell the hubcaps to go with them. And this has got the full set on this thing, so it's really good because that does away with the old, everybody knows the split rims can be dangerous. It does away with all that, and you don't have to run an inner tube, so it puts a conventional tyre setup on there. Now, 6th month 1983, it wasn't a 3F, it was pre-3F, so I'll take you under the bonnet and we'll have a look at this. Just check it out under here, right? So before the 3F, we still had the 2F in the 60 series back then, and so it must have been either an upgrade, or it must have been when they first started to come out with the H55F gearbox. So that was the 5-speed gearbox in this, and probably back in the day it would have had a decal on it showing off the fact that it had a 5-speed in it. But so this thing, we've had a little tickle under here. We've gone through the carby. It wasn't running right, and then we found out that the vacuum advance on the distributor had blown the diaphragm, so there was no vacuum advance at all. So it was a bit of a slug to drive. We've done away with that dizzy, and we've put an electronic distributor on here now, so it makes it less maintenance, much more reliable, and just all round a better setup, I think, for modern, bringing it into the modern world somewhat. The exhaust, now this had the original cast manifold on here as well, and that was blowing from both ends. So Jason, the customer, said, can we chuck some extractors on there and match it up to the original exhaust, which we've done. So it's got a really nice note now as well. But other than that, under here, it's just immaculate. It's a really good example of a 60 series from back in the day. It's like stepping back in time, it really is. I am blown away by the originality in here. I think it's a bloody shame, to be honest, that it's got this Sony screen sticking out the dash, because if it wasn't for that, it would be absolutely original in here. You know, just look at the hood lining. We've got a little LED bulb in the interior light there, but it's just, I'm lost for words, really, to be honest. So the seats are like this brown sort of beigey trim interior colour. It's just immaculate. There's hardly any wear marks on them at all. It's just astonishing. We've got the inclinometer up here on the dashboard. I think some sort of old brake controller. Got a USB here so you can charge his phone. But you know, sometimes it's just really difficult to do a walk around on a vehicle like this, because it's so stocko. But it really does just take you back in time. So also, while I was here at Mr. Land Cruiser, you might notice there's a bit of a gap there between the guard and the wheel. Now we've put a full terrain tamer suspension kit through this. You can't get stock standard height suspension anymore from any outlet. It's all got a 2-inch lift in it. So this had the springs, you've got the anti-inversion shackles there, all the shockies. We've extended the anti-sway bar links to suit, and it actually, I quite dig it. It's given it a real good stance. Now also it was pouring out oil from the sump area, so we've put a new sump gasket on it. been through all the gearbox, the diffs, replaced all the oil. So Jason now knows where he's at with it. He knows the history of it. So it is ready to leave here. Jason's going to absolutely love it, and I can't wait to see it round the streets of the Sunshine Coast. 6 month, 1983 FJ60.